The HP Victus versus the Lenovo LOQ. Two budget-friendly options from HP and Lenovo. Which one is right for you? And keep in mind, they both have the Ryzen 7 7840HS processor. However, we have the RTX 4060 in the Victus and the RTX 4050 in the LOQ. Now keep in mind though, later in the video, you're gonna see that actually the performance doesn't have a massive difference, even though we have different GPUs, because what I found is that the components are a little bit more optimized inside of the LOQ. All right, let's go ahead and dive into the usability and build quality of each of the laptops, and then we'll check out the performance in just a little bit. If you're curious about the exact pricing and availability, I'll put links in the description below. Now, first and foremost, as far as weight and thickness is concerned, you can see those results coming up on the screen. They are very similar in weight. However, the LOQ is a little bit thinner, barely just a hair thinner, so keep that in mind. Now, taking a look at the ports, you can see that on the left side panel, we have a network port, USB Type A and headphone jack on the Victus. On the LOQ, we have USB Type C and a headphone jack. Now on the back panel, we have no ports for the Victus, but we have two USB Type A's, network port, HDMI, and our power adapter. On the left side panels, we have USB Type A and a manual cutoff switch for the webcam. And then we have a power adapter, HDMI, two USB Type A, USB Type C for the HP Victus. Now going ahead and looking at the assembly, I would say that the bottom cover on the Victus, I like a little bit better. It has a nicer plastic material that is used. This one is still good on the LOQ. It just has a little bit of a cheaper feel to it. It's a little bit more that kind of rough, matte plastic on something like the Acer laptops, but not that bad. Acer, to me, has like the worst bottom covers on any laptop. It's not that bad, but it's just not as good as the Victus in my opinion. Now, I will say what I love about the Victus, the latest model, is they've rounded off the edges on the top cover. So this is nice and round. The corner is rounded compared to previous models where the corners were very sharp and catchy. So as I, run my hand along this edge here, it's so like soft. It feels really great to the touch. This is rounded as well, but it just doesn't feel as soft and rounded. It's a little bit more of a hard edge here on the LOQ. So just keep that in mind. I think they both do have good assembly. Bottom covers fit into the side panels very nicely. But I would just say the Victus actually feels slightly more premium compared to the LOQ, just for the nature of the materials that they chose. Now going ahead and opening and closing the lids with one hand, you can see that it is easily done on the Lenovo LOQ, but the Victus, it's a pretty firm hinge. But what I like about that this year is we have less screen bounce. So let's go ahead and, well, that's really hard to move. Less screen bounce this year. Last year, the screen bounce was crazy on the Victus because the hinge was much looser. This year, it's a lot better. Now checking out the screen flex. Good bit of screen flex. Good bit of screen flex. Both screens are not very rigid, but definitely less screen bounce on the Victus this year, which is really nice. Both have webcams on the top bezels of the screens. Here's a quick sample so you can hear and see each of those. This is the webcam on the HP Victus and a little sample of the audio for you as well. This is the webcam on the Lenovo LOQ and a little sample of the audio for you as well. While we're talking about the displays, that's one area that the Victus definitely outshines the LOQ. Now keep in mind that the LOQ is about $200 more affordable compared to the Victus, especially since it has the RTX 4060. So it's kind of hard to compare the actual features of these two laptops because of the differing GPU. But we do have 99% sRGB on the HP Victus, where the Lenovo LOQ only has a 54% sRGB. However, the LOQ has a brighter screen, and you can see the results coming up on the screen now, so you can see them for yourself. But overall, I would say the screen quality is better on the HP Victus. But keep in mind, when you order the HP Victus, you have to verify which screen you're getting. That's one thing HP does, is they put a couple different screen options when you're ordering, especially if you're ordering from the HP store. So make sure you're verifying that you're getting the correct screen that you want. So you don't, hope for a 100% sRGB screen, actually 99% when I get in the studio, but then you get the 64% one because you just forgot that option. So keep that in mind, do your due diligence when ordering. Regarding the battery life on these laptops, the HP Victus is going to be the winner. It has a larger battery at 83 watt hours versus the Lenovo LOQ at 60 watt hours. We're gonna see about 8 hours of battery life out of the HP Victus, where we're only gonna see about 5 hours and 17 minutes out of the Lenovo LOQ. So you can see those results coming up on the screen for the different tests I conducted. Keep in mind, both laptops were at 20% screen brightness, Windows battery saver mode. They were on their quietest mode inside of the command center, and they were set to iGPU mode. Now, looking at the interior of the laptops, you can see very similar setups. Full-size arrow keys, numpads on the right side, full-size shift keys, really like that. And then trackpads are very similar in size. So you can see here, the Victus might be a tad larger, but barely. Now, I do like the trackpad on the Victus a little bit better. It's quieter to the click compared to the Lenovo LOQ. And I'm gonna give you an audio sample of both the keyboards and trackpads in use so you can hear those for yourself. Now, the feel of the keyboards is also very similar. Quiet key press, medium key travel. Honestly, I like both of them. One reason I would lean towards the Lenovo LOQ is because it has kind of those dipped keys, not extreme, dip in the middle, but it definitely has a little bit, so it kind of feels nice. It nestles your finger a tiny bit, where the HP Victus has very flat keys. Now let's talk about the upgrade path of these two laptops. On the Lenovo LOQ, you can upgrade 2 RAM sticks, and you have 2 M.2 slots, 1 occupied, 1 unoccupied. For the HP Victus, you can upgrade 2 RAM sticks, but you only have 1 M.2 slot. So the one that it comes with, for me it's 1 terabyte, can be swapped, but you can't add an additional M.2 drive because there's no slot available. So you won't be able to just simply add a new one to expand your storage. You'd have to swap out the one with the operating system on it, which makes it a little bit more of a technical process. Now, both of them have speakers on the bottom of the chassis. Here's a quick sample of the speakers in use so you can hear what they sound like for yourself. Without further ado, let's get into the performance benchmarks. Remember, we have Ryzen 7 7840HS processors in both laptops, RTX 4050 in the LOQ, RTX 4060 in the HP Victus. They both have 16 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte. But as you see here in the Geekbench single core and multi-core, as well as Cinebench R23 single core and multi-core and the Cinebench 2024, the benchmarks are very similar because they have very similar processors. So let's go ahead and get into the real world tests and see the differences if you were going to get an RTX 4050 versus a 4060. Looking at Blender Classroom, the Victus scores an 892, whereas the LOQ scores a 736. So definitely a good difference by choosing RTX 4060. If you're a Blender Classroom user, I would recommend upgrading the LOQ to the 4060 if you really want the LOQ. However, if you're like, well, Victus works for me, gonna have better performance for the Victus with the 4060. Now, looking at 3D modeling, I was actually surprised that I didn't see a massive difference between these two laptops. You can see that the biggest difference is going to be an Autodesk 3ds Max with a 208 versus a 236. PTC Creo was very close with 186 versus 191. And then Autodesk Maya, we have a 282 versus a 290. Like I said earlier in the video, they've optimized the RTX 4050 in the LOQ exceptionally. I don't normally recommend RTX 4050s for 3D modeling, but as you can see, it keeps up with the RTX 4060 in the Victus. So it's hard for me not to recommend it and save some money. So definitely something to keep in mind if you're on a budget. But do note that that doesn't automatically mean the Victus with the 4050 is going to have as good of performance. You can see that the 4060 is basically on par with this 4050. So it's more of Lenovo doing a good job optimizing. Make sense? All right, the next thing we're looking at is Photoshop. You can see a 917 out of the LOQ versus a 973 out of the Victus. The GPU doesn't make a big difference in Photoshop, very, very little. But as you can see, it's just enough to give it a little bump in score. If you really want to make a difference, I would upgrade both of these laptops to 32 gigs of RAM because Photoshop loves RAM. Also, the program that loves RAM is After Effects. You can see we have a 752 out of the LOQ and a 864 out of the Victus. GPU is important in After Effects. You can definitely see the results here in the benchmark. That 4050 just couldn't keep up as much in After Effects. But again, if you want to see a bump in both of these laptops, upgrade them to 32 gigs of RAM and you won't be disappointed. In regards to export times out of Premiere Pro, 4K export, we take a 9-minute 4K clip, put it into Premiere Pro, export out at full quality 4K settings. You can see that we have a 314 on the LOQ versus a 233 on the HP Victus. So definitely gonna have some time savings there by choosing the Victus with the RTX 4060. It's making a difference there for sure. It's also making a big difference if we're looking at playback. So you can see 46 drop frames for BRAW, 836 for red footage out of the Victus versus the LOQ, which has 144 for BRAW and 3,263 for red footage. Now, if we're looking at 6K export times, it actually doesn't make a big difference which one you choose. You see 16 minutes and 7 seconds out of the LOQ versus 15 minutes and 56 seconds out of the Victus. So really the bigger difference is going to be 4K export time and playback for red footage. Another area I thought would make a bigger difference would be DaVinci Resolve 4K export. We only have about a 15-second difference, 6 minutes and 2 seconds out of the HP Victus versus 5 minutes and 42 seconds out of the LOQ. Which one would I choose? I like the feel of the HP Victus. I think it has a little bit more of a premium feel, which for me is normally not the case when I'm looking at the Victus compared to some other laptops, say like the Legion Pro 5. But comparing these two laptops budget to budget, this one does feel a little bit more premium, a little bit more refined. However, I love the look. I love the blue on the Lenovo LOQ. You can see blue on the speakers. You can see on the upgrade path when we showed that footage, they had blue heat pipes. It's got some cool touches to it, but it just doesn't feel as premium because it is their more budget-friendly option. Now, in regards to optimization, the performance of the LOQ is very impressive, especially with the RTX 4050. The type of performance they're able to get out of it is awesome. For the color gamut range, HP Victus for sure. Better screen from color gamut range, but if you want a brighter screen, you're gonna be choosing the LOQ. Now, both keyboards are great. I would say that the trackpad on the Victus is a little bit nicer, a little bit more refined. Overall, I think for the money, the LOQ is a better deal, but you get a little bit more by going with the Victus. So the choice is yours. Click the links in the description below if you're ready to make a purchase, or click or tap the screen here for more videos to help you through your buying decision. I'll see you in the next one.